every morning. Okay, so if you guys want to stand up, put your hand over your heart, and Annabelle is going to lead our Pledge of Allegiance. So whenever you're ready, Annabelle.
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Lyric's going to lead our 4-H pledge for us today.
I pledge my head to clearer thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living for my club, my community, and my country, and my world.
Okay, guys. So today, Lyric is going to be talking to us about what things are going to look like at the 4-H showcase and then what projects you can do after mini 4-H. So Lyric, whenever you're ready.
Hello, 4-Hers, mini 4-Hers. I really like you guys' superhero costumes. They look awesome. So this year for 4-H, it will look different. So this year we will be calling it the 4-H Showcase. Everyone will still be able to look at the projects in the expo hall. You also can complete your 4-H online if you would like. If any of you are submitting projects for the online part of it, you need to have it uploaded with, you need to have a picture with you and your project uploaded for the fair entry and have a choice of showing a project in the expo hall or not. Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay. And do any of you guys remember some of the animals you saw during 4-H times when you went and saw the animals at the 4-H fair? Well, this year we will not have it. We will not be able to have animals this year because of all of this what's going on. So if any of you are doing animals, you will have to do a walk-in and judge, and then you will have to leave your animal. They will not be staying overnight at the fairgrounds, so there will be no animals this year. And as you guys grow up into 4-H, if you would like to continue 4-H after mini 4-H, you can do woodworking and foods and photography, cake decorating and sewing and help if you would like to after you're done with mini and 4-H. My favorite 2 entries I've made before is health and child development, because in health I learned a lot about keeping people healthy and using more precaution of health. And for child development, that's helped me understand kids more, and that is very useful because I am working with you guys too. And do you have any other last questions? No? Okay, then I think we are good.
Okay, thank you, Lyric. So one thing she said is that there's going to be no animals, and that's not the case. There are going to be animals at the 4-H fair this year. You can come and show animals. The only thing that's different is that no animals are staying overnight. so you're not going to be able to walk through the animal barns. But if you're there and you get to see a show, then you do get to see the animals. So today, our superhero is Officer Bots and his canine Indy, and he is going to talk to us today about what they do. And so are you guys ready to hear from him? Yeah? Okay, whenever you're ready.
Hi, everybody. I'm Officer Bots, but you can call me Rob. I live in Avon, and I work for the Indiana University Police Department in Indianapolis. About 2 years ago, I was selected as a canine handler for our department, and we started searching for a dog that would fit the needs that we were going to be using the dog for, which was explosive detection. And here's Indy, right on cue. See if I can get him closer to the screen here. So Indy is a 2-year-old chocolate lab, and his birthday is actually the 24th of June. So his birthday's coming up next Wednesday. So we selected him, and we went to a little dog, gun dog breeder in Delavan, Illinois, which is about an hour south of Peoria. And we met him, and his personality and characteristics that we needed for the job he was going to be doing fit perfectly. So he was selected, and then in January of 2019, we started, actually February of 2019, we started his imprint training, which means basically wiring his brain to associate the smell of explosive odor to being fed. So so whenever he smells an explosive odor that he's imprinted on, he associates that with being fed. So his drive and his reward is all food. He's different than most police and service canines who are play reward. You can see that I'm holding a ball. He gets to play with a ball quite a bit because he's a food reward dog. Most dogs that are play reward only get their ball after they've done their work. So anyway, we did 6 weeks of training with him to let him learn the odors, and what that process looked like. He stole the ball. What that process looked like is we were in a very small room, and we would present a small sniffer of an explosive odor, and he would smell it, and then his indication is to sit, and then once he sits, then he gets fed. And that's how he gets fed still to this day, every single time. So when he is at home, like if it's our weekend off, he still gets fed over odor. We just present him with odor, and then he gets fed out of a bowl. But when we're at work, he actually gets fed over training problems. So what that means is our typical day is we come to work, and I exercise him every morning. Let me see if I can get him back up here. Okay. Thank you. So we come to work every morning, and we exercise him for about a half an hour, and that's just throwing the ball and letting him run. And that gets all the extra energy out because he is still just a puppy. With him being 2, he'll probably still have puppy characteristics for another 6 to 12 months, I would suppose. So we exercise the extra energy out of him in the morning, and that gets him focused. And then we start our work day. And typically what will happen is I will set up a training scenario where I'll actually hide explosive odor someplace in a building or a vehicle or out in the middle of a field. We typically like to search for guns and shell casings, which he's also trained on down on the riverbank here, because there's really, really tall grass and shrubs that you can hide stuff in, and it makes it hard on him. So then typically that's what we do around lunchtime, and then that's the first feeding, his first feeding of the day. And then when we get home in the evening, he gets fed the rest of his food, but he's always fed over explosive odor. Some of the things that we do are large special events, and That includes Indiana University basketball and football, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, large races and events out there, and dignitary and VIP speaking engagements. One of the things that Indy is certified, he's certified through the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, the ATF. With that certification, he's allowed to work Secret Service dignitary events. So if the president or vice president comes to town, we search motorcades and buildings. We've gone on several runs with the city of Indianapolis to search for possible explosives that have been left in hotel rooms. But our main focus is safety of patrons at large events, sporting events typically. And that's what we get used for from basically September and through all the way till March that's our main job with football and basketball. I'd like to open it up. If anybody's got any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I covered the basics of what we do and how he's trained. But if anybody has specific questions or more questions about him, I'm happy to answer.
What questions do you guys have? Any? None today? You normally have a lot of questions.
Here, I'll ask a question. Is there like any more, is it just him that goes on like the run to try to find stuff, or is there like other dogs that go along with you guys?
So it just depends on what we're doing. So if we were called to a crime scene, let's say that there was a shooting someplace, there's going to be a lot of police officers there. And depending on how large the area is that we would need to search for a gun or a shell casing, there could be more than one dog there, but typically just one. And he's able to search a very large field in a short amount of time. So he uses the wind instinctually. We didn't teach him how to do that through the gun dog breeding that the bloodlines that he comes from. His mom and dad are both national field trial champions, so their entire bloodline is circles around hunting. We just changed him from hunting birds to hunting explosives and stuff like that. So he's still hunting. He's still doing all the things that are genetically bred into him. And ouch, he bit me. But he's still doing the exact same thing that he was bred to do. He's just looking for something a little bit different than birds.
So, oh, I see a question. Go ahead.
I know he's 2-year-old in human's age, but how old is he in dog's age?
So I think typically they say it's 7 years for every 1 year. So he'd be about 14, I think.
So you said some dogs were trained with play reward and your dog is trained with food reward. Is there more benefits to being trained in food reward, or does it just depend on the dog and what they're doing?
So the reason that Indy is trained on a food reward is because I had my trainer was the BATF, the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, and their national canine program, which they train all of their explosives dogs on, are food reward. We had the intention at the beginning to change him from a food reward dog to a play reward dog, but the results of doing the training as a food reward were so great that I left him. So he wasn't supposed to be certified until October of last year. And he certified with ATF in June, 2 weeks before his first birthday. And he is still to this day the youngest dog to ever complete the ATF NORT, which is the National Odor Recognition Test. And I actually just got an email while I was listening to the pledge and everything that the ATF with with his results and proficiency at the NORT last year have rethought the starting to rethink the way that they train dogs. Typically, they don't start training dogs till they're 2 or 2.5. But if the right dog comes along, it's very beneficial to get them started earlier. So, and not only that, if you get them started earlier, you get more service time out of them. So it's something that they're considering now to start a program where they're going to start training younger dogs, which is pretty neat that we're kind of a pilot for a national, for a federal law enforcement program.
How long will Indy be in service typically?
Well, so most dogs you get 7 to 8 years out of, but again, they're not starting until they're 2 or 2.5 years old. So with him starting out less than a year old, hopefully we're going to get 10 years out of him. But obviously, it all has to do with his health and his ability to do the job. If he ever gets to the point where, you know, his legs hurt and it's hard for him to get in and out of the car and it's hard for him to walk long distances, and he loses that stamina and drive, then obviously then we'll have to start looking for a replacement. But we're hoping at least 10 years. 10 years is the goal. I'd be happy with 8.
Okay. And will Indy stay with you? Will you always be his handler?
Yep. So you make a work commitment for 5 to 8 years, but you make a lifetime commitment to the dog. So the important thing is that you know, he is just a regular dog when we go home from work. So I have a 2-year-old daughter, and I have another dog at home, and my wife, and he just, you know, he'll come home from work, he'll get his dinner just like any other dog would get dinner in the evening, and then he snuggles and cuddles and plays and everything that a regular, you know, house dog does every single day. But yes, he'll stay with me. So once he retires, then I would, in effect, adopt him, and he would be my dog. But as it is now, he's property of the police department. He just lives with me.
Okay. Do you guys have any other questions for him?
Yes. Do you guys so like after like an investigation or something goes on that you have to like use him for, do you guys go back to the police station or wherever you guys like stay, or do you guys stay in the car and drive around until you guys get like notification or something that you need to go to another investigation?
Yep. So this box that he's in right now is pretty big. This is a Ford Explorer, so it's a fairly large car, and he basically has the entire back of the car. And so when we're at work, he stays back there. I get him out of the car. Obviously, I get him out several times a day to use the bathroom and exercise and do training. But we also get out quite a bit when students are here on campus and do community engagement. Obviously, with him being a lab, he's very approachable. He's very lovable. He's not like, you know, most people think of police dogs as being kind of aggressive or mean, and that's not the case in all situations. Sometimes that's the case, and all dogs have a personality just like people have a personality. So it's best if you see a police officer with a dog or anybody with a dog to always make sure you ask before you pet him. Indy will absolutely love, he'll probably give you kisses and everything else, but there are some working dogs that aren't very approachable. And so I'm really lucky that I have a dog that I can go out and meet people with and talk to and do things like this. I kind of wish that, you know, we weren't doing this over Zoom and we could get together and everybody could see him and pet him and let him love on you, because he's a great dog. He's very friendly, and he's super soft. So, but make sure you guys, obviously, if you see police dogs out, and you'll see them from time to time working events, to always ask. And if we're working, I would have to tell you no anyway, because we're doing a job. But there's a lot of downtime at these events where we're standing around and people can meet the dog and get to know him. And we like going out and doing that. So we're out of the car quite a bit every single day. But this is a nice, cool box. I have an air conditioner that goes right back there for him, and there's a great big fan back there. So when it's hot, the back of the car stays cool, and it's nice and dark back there. So it's like his little cave. He likes being back there.
What other questions do you have for Officer Botts about Indy or about what he does? Abby, do you have a question? No? Okay. Go ahead.
What does he like more? The food or that ball?
Well, he likes food a lot. So we went through a short period of time last summer where it was kind of like a teenage kid, where he was kind of rebelling and he didn't want to work and he wasn't listening. And so this was kind of the analogy when we started training, and we were going through whether or not we wanted to leave him as a food reward dog or make him a play reward dog. Was you can go your entire life and never play with a ball, but you can't go very far, very long without eating, right? So he went for probably 3 or 4 days and didn't want to work, and so he went 2 days without eating, and ever since then, his nose has been pressed on every single thing that I tell him to search. So food is a very, very great motivator for everybody. Everybody likes to eat, and he does too. So it's a proper tool. Sometimes it's harsh. It sounds like it's harsh, but dogs in the wild might go 3 or 4 days and all they ever get's a rabbit or a mouse or something like that. So dogs are used to, genetically they're used to being able to go a long time without eating. So him going 2 days without his kibble didn't hurt him a bit, but he remembers that, and so now whenever we go out, he's always wanting to work because he knows that the possibility is he might not get fed if he doesn't find something. So food is very rewarding, but he loves to play. Whenever he sees a tennis ball or any other kind of ball, he gets really not aggressive, but very excitable and jumps around, and he'll cry. And he even knows the way to work, because that's the first thing we do every day is I'll throw the ball for him for a half an hour. And when we get on a certain road, he starts crying and running around in the back because he knows we're coming to work. So it's pretty fun.
When you said he didn't eat for 2 days, like he didn't eat even when you got home?
Nope, he didn't eat anything.
Oh my.
What other questions do you guys have? Anything else for Officer Botts?
Hey, Annabelle, I can tell you for sure that it didn't hurt him any.
No.
It would have hurt me a lot.
Yeah, it would
I
hurt
like
me.
to eat.
But if you were getting paid, that's why we all work. We work to get fed. So if you don't work, you don't get fed, and that's how it works for him. So that's his paycheck, is getting fed, but he has to work to get it.
Are there any police cats?
Or there's what?
Any
Any police cats? Yeah, I don't know of any. Cats are pretty independent. I don't think they're very easy to train.
Is there any other animals that the police use for certain things or other events or other things?
Yeah, obviously, the Indianapolis Metro Police and we actually used to have horses. But Indianapolis Metro Police have horses, and they're great big draft horses. I think they're most of them are Percheron and quarter horse mixes. So they're great big. I mean, very, very tall and very muscular horses. So dogs and horses are the most. I can't think of anything other than dogs or horses. Dogs are used. So in police or public safety work, there's lots of different dogs. So you have drug dogs, you have apprehension dogs, you have bomb dogs, you have search and rescue dogs, you have cadaver dogs, which actually look, for dead bodies and body parts and things like that. You have dogs that search for electronic devices. A lot of probation departments use electronic devices for certain things. There's cell phone dogs that are trained to look for cell phones. A lot of the school police departments have dogs that are specifically trained to look for guns and things of that nature. So the thing about dogs is, if you could, this is the best analogy I ever heard. So your naked eye, without the help of glasses or anything like that, sees 20/20. And if you equate the dog's nose to your sense of smell, it's like smelling with a telescope. So they smell very, very well. Their noses are very good. So they're very good for searching for things. And so they smell in the micro where we smell in the macro. If somebody's baking a pumpkin pie, we smell pumpkin pie. But if a dog smells a pumpkin pie being baked, they smell the flour, they smell the sugar, they smell the pumpkin, they smell the nutmeg, all of those things independently of each other. So if your dog knows how to find nutmeg, they would be able to find a pumpkin pie. So if your dog knew how to find pumpkin, they could find a pumpkin pie. And that's how we train our dogs, is we train them on pure specific odors, and then they're able to find odor that's mixed in with things. So one of those is an explosive called ANFO, or ammonium nitrate fuel oil. And so it's basically just Prill's fertilizer that you would see in your grass, just little white balls, and it's ammonium nitrate, and then it's mixed with diesel. So, but we don't want our dogs to find diesel, because diesel is a very common thing, and it's very, innocuous unless you mix it with something that makes it go boom. So what we do in the training is we teach them to find the ammonium nitrate and ignore diesel fuel. So when we train them, we use pure ammonium nitrate. And then if we were to find a bomb that was made out of ANFO, he would be finding the ammonium nitrate and not the diesel fuel. So the proofing the dogs off of things is as important as teaching them to find the specific things that you want them to find. So when we train them to not find things too. Gasoline, chemicals, markers, anything that you would find just walking around, we train them not to find those, basically to ignore those odors. So with the 12 basic explosive odors that he's trained on, he knows about 40,000 chemicals.
What type of dogs, like breed dogs, are there? Not like what they do, but like German Shepherds and Labs and stuff. Are those like the only two that are usually canine dogs?
No, really, you could go to the shelter, and if you found a dog that had the proper drive or characteristics that you're looking for, you could train any dog that you would want to be a dog that would go find things. And so, I mean, there's police departments that use pit bulls for odor recognition, or odor detection, which are your narcotics or drug dogs, and your explosive dogs. Typically, they're going to be a hunting type dog. So German short-haired pointers are very popular. Labs are very popular with detection work. Sometimes at the airport, you'll see beagles. Beagles are really good. They use those to find produce at international airports. There's dogs that find money. That's their only job, is to find money. And so literally you could use any kind of dog that you would want, as long as they had the desire to work. And there are dogs that go through programs that just don't work out, and then they just get to retire and be house dogs after that. But you could use any kind of dogs, but mainly for police work, if you see a dog with pointy ears, they're going to be an apprehension dog, because they have a certain kind of drive that they want to go out and catch things. If you see a dog with floppy ears like Indy, they're typically going to be detection dogs. Indy doesn't have the attitude or mentality to go out and want to chase people down and catch them. He wants to just find things and hunt. So if you see like German Shepherds, but Belgian Malinois and Dutch Shepherds are becoming very popular. And then most of those dogs are cross-trained, so they're dual purpose. They find things like drugs, but then they're also trained to catch people.
Are there any other questions for Officer Botts? No? Okay, can you guys give a big thumbs up to say thank you for him to come and talk to you? Did you like seeing Indy? Was he cute? Yeah? Yeah, okay. Well, thank you so much, Officer Botts, for coming on, and thank you, Indy. We had so much fun learning from you guys today. And so you guys are free to go whenever, and we're gonna have Annabelle lead our activity for the day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so today's activity that we're going to be doing is a scavenger hunt around your house. So I'm gonna list the items that you are supposed to find in your house, and then you're going to get all of them that you like, all of the ones that you have and you can find, and you're gonna bring it back to wherever you're sitting, and I'm gonna ask either one or two people to show me the items that they found. So the first item is a stuffed bear. The second item is a sock, then sunglasses, a book.
Why don't you let them find like one or two things at a time?
Okay.
Everything.
Okay. So right now, go find a stuffed bear and a sock, and then bring it back.
I see some of you already found those things. Some of you went to go find those things, so we'll give it a couple seconds so you can go find them and come back and show us all of them.
All right, good job, Jeremiah
Oh,
and
look.
Lainey.
Emily, you found them.
Good job, Emily.
Are your stuffed bears important to you guys? Yeah. I think we have a couple people start looking for things. Oh, you found a sock too. Good job.
Jeremiah's coming back with the sock. Good job. She found them too. Okay.
The next thing do you have to find?
All right. The next thing you guys need to find are sunglasses and a book.
Oh, you found your bear, Winston. That's great. We're looking, and a sock. We're looking for sunglasses and a book now. Can you go find that? Okay. Guys, are you back? Oh, those sunglasses look great on you. You look very cool.
Oh, yeah. All right, good job, Jeremiah.
Did you guys bring your favorite book?
Good job, Cooper.
My glasses can turn into sunglasses.
Oh, that's cool. My glasses don't do that. Abby, what book? Multiplying and dividing. Is that what it is? If you don't have sunglasses, that's okay. No worries. It's not about how many things you have, it's just about having fun looking for them.
Good job, Lainey.
Okay, you guys ready for the next thing?
All right, the next thing is a crayon that you like color with and a toy truck that you play with.
Or maybe a toy car if you don't have a truck.
Good job, Jeremiah. You found a crayon. Crayon, however you say it.
And a truck. Wow, that's cool.
He's on top of everything, my lord.
I try to find them as quick as possible.
You are really fast. You do a very good job.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, did anyone else find a crayon? Or what was it?
Cooper and Emily, they found crayons.
Try. Look at that. Do you guys all like to color? I like to color still. I have really pretty coloring books with lots of flowers and stuff at home that I color just to like de-stress and not think about things. Are we ready for the next stuff? Yeah? Okay, what's next?
Next one. Okay, the next things you need to find is a ruler that you measure stuff with and a cup. He already got a cup.
Look at that, Cooper. It looks like a nice cup.
I think it might be his mom's.
I'm good. Oh, Lane found a ruler. Oh, look at you, Jeremiah. You got your cup.
Good job.
You're so
They got
cool.
Emily has a cup.
Oh, that ruler is really cool, Winston. Does it have a lot of faces on it? Do you want to tell? Oh, what did you say, Winston?
It has the presidents.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow. Could you find a cup? Good job.
Oh, Lane has a ton of cups. Look at her showing us all her cups and mugs. Look at that. You found a ruler, Jeremiah. Good job.
Good job. All right, are we ready for the next thing?
Hmm?
I think so. Okay. The next thing you need to find is a ball and like blocks that like you build stuff with. So like it could be like Lego blocks or like those alphabet block things that you play with.
And that's a huge ball. Oh, look at that, Lane.
Oh my, that is a big ball. Oh, you found some blocks? Good job.
Oh, we have people out looking for them. So we'll try to find those things.
I think Winston went to go find them.
And Abby. Oh, look at your block, Lane. Good job.
That's a big block.
Good job, Winston. I see that. Abby.
Oh, Abby found them.
Is that a bouncy ball, Abby? No, it's a regular ball. I think Annabelle found something.
I got a ball. It was actually under my feet and I didn't even realize it.
Look at that, Emily, you found a block. Good job.
Emily found what is that?
I think it's Legos. It's her blocks.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's Legos. Lego blocks, and she just put them together.
Look at your basketball, Sammy. Good job. Jeremiah, is that your brother, Caleb? Hi, Caleb. Maybe.
All right.
Hannibal.
Is everybody?
Other things on the list?
There is one more thing that we need to find, and
Last
it is the last thing, and it's a doll. So it could be like a Barbie doll, a baby doll, anything like a doll that like you would play with.
like a toy figure, like do you have like a
Yeah,
scooter or something?
like an action figure or superheroes or something like that.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that. You got your baby doll. Wayne, do you have an amazing do you have Kit?
Yep, looks like she has two of them.
I have a 4. I've got Daisy, Lainey, Nikki, and Kaylee.
Aw, cute. Oh, I see your action figure, Jeremiah. Look at that.
That's a cool action figure.
Winston, did you bring one too? Is that a Lego? Is that from Star Wars?
Actually, I just made it up.
Oh, that's fun.
I put some things.
This is what my brother Caleb got.
Oh. Uh-huh. That looks like fun. Caleb, did you bring the dowel? I can see that. That looked good job, guys. Sammy, I see your Ken doll. Yeah. Emily and them are still looking for something, so we're gonna wait for them to come back. Oh, is that Captain America, Winston? Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Let's see. Just wait on. There we go. Look at that. You
They
found
got their baby dolls.
awesome, guys. You guys did so good today looking for all this stuff. Can we tell Annabelle and Lyric thank you for coming on and helping us on our last day? We do thumbs up.
Thank you.
Awesome, guys. So today is the last day of mini 4-H camp. I'm really sad that I'm not going to see you guys every day. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, good job. What was your favorite person? What was your favorite superhero that you got to learn from? You can unmute to tell. Abby, go ahead.
Probably the one today. I like dogs. I used to have one.
Oh, fun. Emily, you can go ahead.
Officer Bot.
Officer Boss is your favorite? Winston, what was your favorite?
I like today and learning about cows.
Learning about the cows. That was fun. Okay, Jeremiah, what was your favorite?
My favorite was the first one of construction.
That was really cool, wasn't it? We got to see the log splitter and then cut the board and all of that. Caleb, what
Now
was?
my brother wants to tell you something.
Yeah, go ahead, Caleb.
Well, Caleb's a little shy, so he wants to say he really likes the firefighter.
Yeah, the firefighter, that was really cool when we got to go around and see the fire trucks and all that, wasn't it? Lane, do you have a favorite?
Yeah, my favorite was all of them.
All of them, you liked all of them? They were really fun, weren't they? Cooper, what about you? What was your favorite?
Officer Bot.
Officer Boss, yeah. Did you like Indy? Yeah, me too. Indy was really cute. Emma, you wanna go again? 1 second, honey. There you go.
I didn't get to watch the first video because it kept on glitching and it kept loading.
Well, if any of you guys want to watch these videos again or see what the things were, you can go onto the YouTube channel at Purdue Hendricks County and you can watch all of them. They're all recorded and they're all on there. And I've sent a link to all of your parents, but I'll make sure to send one for today's too. Okay? Mason, what was your favorite? You don't know?
I don't know all of them.
All of them? Yeah. Okay, you guys. Well, I had so much fun this week. And Jeremiah, do you want to say something? No? Okay. I had so much fun this week and I cannot wait to see your projects and what you guys think of and how creative you are. And I can't wait for them to be displayed at the showcase. And so I'm going to end this meeting and thank you so much for a great mini 4-H day camp. Okay, guys? Bye, guys. I'll see you at the showcase.
Bye 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 bye
Bye.
bye.